What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Bam, back in action. All right. Hey, I'm here. I wanted to share some things. I'm going back into the 30 for 30 financial challenge. I am going live today, but I wanted to share a few things. This is the 30 for 30 financial challenge where we're helping families and individuals move into financial prosperity and freedom, time freedom. Okay. Now, this is video number 8, part 2. From the very beginning, we started at the very beginning of all these videos. We started with video number 1, started talking about our 2 objectives that we all need to meet as far as our financial goals, and that's to make sure that we can provide for our financial obligations now, like our bills, as far as our mortgage, our rent, our car payments, bills that come because the kids are in school and we have to pay for things for them. And also, at the same time, we're supposed to be making sure that we take care of our future goals as far as retirement. And then we got into the next few videos, started talking about the issues why we have such a problem with meeting those financial obligations. And those 4 things are, we have the issue with inflation, we have taxes that we have to pay, then we have debt that we're in, and then we also have to deal with big business that's always around the clock. Every single month, there are things that we have to pay for every single month. So then after that, we went into a recap, and now we're into solutions. The last video that we did prior to video number 8 was video number 7, where we talked about cash flow. We talked about the difference between positive and negative cash flow situations. And then we went into video number 8, which is where we are again today. And that was talking about investing in some type of 1099 income, have that coming into your household so that you can start establishing wealth, or so that you can increase your cash flow. All right, so we're back with part 2, and I always talk about want to show people the numbers. So that's the reason why I'm doing this today. I want to show people the numbers. I've had quite a few people ask me about, well, what is it that you do, or how does it work, and things like that. Well, that's why we're here. We want to make sure that we can show people exactly what's going on and show people another option outside of just selling something, selling a pill or selling a potion. And I'm not knocking anybody that's selling anything, because there are some good products out there that I definitely can recommend, and there are definitely people that are out there that I know, friends and family, that are part of these different industries, and they're really making a lot of waves, and they're really doing great with their business and helping other people with the things that they're selling. So we don't knock anybody that's selling anything at all. By all means, if there's something that you can do to provide for your family or provide more for your family, we support you, okay? And I support you. So, like I said, the strategies that we want to get into, I want to show you the numbers. Now, everybody watching, everybody in America, everybody in the world for the most part, but we're talking about Americans today. Everyone knows that you have things that you have to take care of. We have different bills that you have to pay. You have different, you have money that's going here and going there. Well, we want to make sure that you understand exactly how to make sure that you keep more of that money in your pocket. And one of the things that I said is that I have on here is why you need some form of 1099. And I want to show you what you're leaving on the table by not having a 1099 in your portfolio, and any 1099 income coming in. And all that means is you having a business, some form of business that's that you're using and that you're working with alongside of your job. So we're not talking about anybody quitting their job, or now you got to go out and do something totally different. No, we're showing people alongside your job how to increase your income, how to increase your cash flow at the same time. And it's not anything difficult. It's not anything that has to take up all of your time. Everything has to do with, as far as anybody that's really in business and understands business, there's a few things that you have to know. When you're in business, the whole purpose of your business is to make money and also to minimize your debt. All right, minimize your expenses. So the other thing is knowing that at the beginning of anybody's business, you're going to have to do a little bit more. You're going to have to make sure that you develop a system, or have a system in place that's working for you, whether or not you're awake or whether or not you're asleep. And that's what we're all about, showing people how to make sure income is coming in, whether or not you're working or whether or not you're sleeping, or even if you're playing and vacationing. And that's what we're all about. So it's a big deal. It's great. It's fun. I promise you, if it wasn't, I wouldn't do it, but I enjoy it because I enjoy teaching people strategies to help them and their families. So With that being said, I'm going to jump right into some of the things that we want to talk about today. Now, on the board here, I'm showing people one of the things I always tell people is invest in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, if you don't think enough about yourself to invest in yourself, you're going to have exactly what you have now. Some people have a few things, some people don't hardly have anything. But if you want your life to be better, if you want to improve on your life, if you want your life, your livelihood to grow and to be prosperous and be successful in whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to have to invest in yourself at some point. Otherwise, there's really no purpose. So I always say invest in yourself. Now, on here, we have our bills. And I have this, I'm not sure how, if you can see it, it's in red. Now, we have our mortgage or our rent. Then we have our mileage for our vehicles. Then we have the phone. All right. So these are general things that everyone's paying for every single month. All right. On a monthly basis, these are things that's coming out of our pockets every single month. So I want to show you how to keep that money back in, how to put that money back in your pocket, and then how you can keep that money in your pocket so that you can use it towards paying down debt, and then you can start investing. All right. We always want to move from the W-2 or the wage earner into 1099, which is what we're talking about now, and then we move into being an investor. All right. So those are things that are really not difficult. So have the mortgage or your rent, the mileage that you drive every single day. You're driving back and forth to and from work. You're going to and from work, however many miles that is. Then also you're always going to see someone. You're going to the store. You're going to the grocery store. You're going out to eat. All these different things that you're putting miles on your vehicle. All right, you're putting miles on your vehicle. So we want to show you how you putting miles on your vehicle, all right, how you can convert that to a business deduction or a business expense, and then use that as a deduction so that you can bring money back into your household. Your phone, you use your cell phone. Most of us, oh man, if we lose our phone, if we drop our phone in water, whatever happens, pretty much it's almost like, everything stops. Our whole life crumbles, all right? So we use our phones every single day, whether or not we're using to make calls, to plan things out, to get on the internet, to be on Facebook, Instagram, all these different social media sites, and also even for work. A lot of people work and they commute, and they do conferences and phone calls using their phone. All right, so that's very important. Internet. I really don't know anyone. I don't think I know anyone at all that doesn't have internet access. So we want to show you how you can use your internet for your business and have that as a write-off. Your meals, all right? Your meals, you're going to eat anyway, all right? So you're going to eat whether or not you go out to eat or whether or not you're buying food to put inside your home, all right? There's different things that you can do to make sure the money comes back into your household. Now, these are, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things, all right? 5 different strategies, all right? Each one is a strategy in and of itself, all right? It's an overarching strategy, but each individual thing, each individual bill can be a strategy to where it brings money back into your household on a monthly basis, on a continual monthly basis. And when you start talking about passive or residual income, this is one of the ways to do that, all right? So we want to show people the strategy so they can start using it to broaden their horizons so they can improve the status of their family, all right? So now, all right, over here, these are the bills. I have the same, move that out the way, I was writing something earlier. I have the same thing on this side, all right? The mortgage, the mileage on your vehicle, your phone, internet, and meals, all right? Over here, I have expenses. The reason why I have bills over this side and expenses on this side is because I want to show people what they're leaving on the table. So anybody out there that does not have a business, or anyone out there that is not business savvy, they really don't know a lot about business. They just know I have a dream, I have a goal, I have a talent or a gift, and I want to use that to bring in money to help other people or whatever it is that you do. That's great. But if you don't know how to run a business, then you're always going to have an issue with your finances. That's the reason why we see a lot of stores close down. They might have a great service or a great product, but they end up closing. And you can say, man, that place was packed. I know out here, sometimes, we'll go out to Luby's, restaurant. Well, just about a month and a half ago, Luby's closed. Now, they were always packed. All right. So it only leads me to believe that more than likely there's something going on with keeping up with the numbers, doing the paperwork, doing the financial part as far as the bookkeeping, the record keeping. But if you have all those things in place and you understand how business is supposed to operate, you won't ever have to worry about your business going under. All right. So once again, bills, all right, all these different things. Now, with you not having a 1099, with you not having any form of 1099 income coming in, or if you don't have a business of your own, then all of these things will always continue to come out your pocket. You will never benefit from it. So on here, we have mortgage or rent, $1,000. Now, all of these things, you know, I pretty much put, you know, either at a pretty good average or I've lowballed it. All right. And if, as we go through, you can say, yeah, that's true. He did go low on the numbers. All right. And I'm just showing you, and I did that purposely because I don't want to do anything way out there and put, oh man, your rent is going to be, you know, $2,000, which is not out of the question. That's not, you know, anything outside the norm. But the majority of people probably have in between, you know, 12 to about $2,000 or so. So I went really low on the mortgage or the rent. All right. So that's $1,000. For your mileage over here, I put 10,000 miles. I don't know anyone that I might know one person that puts close to 10,000 miles on their vehicle every year. Just about everyone else I know, they put a whole lot more than 10,000 miles on their vehicle per year. So this is per year, 10,000 miles. Your phone, most people are paying, you know, anywhere close to 100 and more for their phone bill every single month. For your internet, I put on there $70. That's a pretty decent amount. Some people like a lot of bandwidth, especially our gamers and things like that. And then for meals, the only thing I put on here was I put $75 on here. And this is for people that go out to eat. And you know, if you go out to eat and you have a family of, let's just say a family, you know, just two of you, I'm not even going to say a family of four, but two people, you're going to spend more than $75 in a month going out to eat. And that includes going to sit down in a restaurant or going to a fast food place or, you know, getting something fast food. So you know that that's a low number as well. So without you having a 1099, without you having some form of a business, let me show you what happens. None of that money comes back to you. None of that money comes back to you. All that money goes to your bills. All those things now are just bills only. Now, on this side, let me show you what happens when you say, okay, I want to go ahead and start a business. And we're not even talking about what business you're going to start or anything like that. I'm just showing you why you need a business. And I'm just showing you what you're leaving on the table when you don't make sure that you have some type of business established. So on here, expenses, you have your mortgage and your rent. All right. Now, same thing, $1,000. Mileage going to be same thing, 10,000 miles. Phone, $100. Internet, $70. Meals, $75. All right. Those are very low numbers. And these are not all the bills. You already know that these are not all the bills that you pay throughout the month. But this gives a good representation of what just about every single person is paying, you know, on a regular basis. Now, I want to show you this, and I always say, let's just do the numbers. So I got my calculator. You pull out yours too, because I want to show you that every time I do something, I say, forget the hype. Let's just follow the numbers. So that's what I want to do today. Now, with that being said, for your mortgage or rent, let's just say that you have a business of your own and you're working out of your home. So you have a home-based business. Now, for your mortgage or rent, you know, like we said, $1,000. Let's just say, and these are not accurate numbers, these are not specific numbers. Everything varies based on what you're doing, and we'll get more into that later on. But let's just say for your mortgage or rent, you know, you're paying $1,000 per month, but you're able to keep 15% of that. All right. All right. Now that means that you're paying your mortgage every single month, but then your deductions or your expenses for you having a home-based business and you operating your business out of your home, you're able to get back 15% of that money. All right. Now for the mileage, 10,000 miles per year. Now for 2017, for this year, for 2017, you're able to write off 53.5 cents, or we'll just say 54 cents per mile. All right, for business. As long as you can show exactly what you're doing, you can write off your mileage. So that means if you're going into work every single day, you're going out to eat. If you're going to a friend's house, if you can show exactly what you're doing as far as your business is concerned and why you're driving the mileage for your business, then you can use this as a write-off. So off the top, we already know that that's going to be, let's put this right here. We'll just put 54 cents per mile. All right. And what we'll do is we'll come down, and then at the end, we'll go ahead and tally it all up. It may be a little difficult for you to see all of these, but just, if you have your calculator, follow along with me so you can see that I'm showing you exactly what it is. Now, on your phone, all right, now for me, because I use my phone for everything I do, when I'm going online, when I'm doing anything dealing with business, there's hardly anyone that calls me or anything on my phone outside of business. All right, I might have a couple calls from from family members or something like that every once in a while, but the majority of what I'm doing on the phone is going to be business. But let's just say you're able to write off 85% for your phone. All right. Internet, same thing. For your internet, in order for you to run and operate everything for your business, you got to have internet. That's the way that you reach people across the street, across the city, across the state, even across the world, because there are people that I'm in contact with that are overseas, some people that I'm that are in the military that I still keep in contact with, and we do stuff as far as business together. Good friend of mine and business associate is on his way actually to Alaska, so that's not overseas. That's pretty much as far as you're going to go before you have to go somewhere overseas. All right, so he's going to Alaska, but I have people that are currently deployed and people that are stationed overseas that I talk to about business as well. So for the internet, let's do the same thing. Let's just say 85% of your internet bill, all right, is what you'll be able to write off. Meals, all right. The IRS, and I failed to tell you this, everything that I'm talking about, we always go by the IRS tax rules, all right? The IRS tax codes tell us this is what you can do, this is what you can't do, this is how to justify it. If you don't have these things set up, then you can't justify it. So everything that I'm showing you, I can show you in the IRS tax codes exactly where I got it from, because that's what we do. We want to make sure that people are educated. So it's not just about we're going to go out here and make a lot of money. That's great. Power to you. That's what we want to do. But we want to make sure that people get educated so they'll know later on, if someone asks them the question, well, where did you get that information from? You can go right to it. So we're all about financial empowerment. And the number one thing that we teach is the education side. And then from there, we show people the strategies on how to increase their income. So education is the most important thing to us. Now, on here, meals. The IRS has already told us for meals, it's going to be when you're in state, when you're operating your business in state, and that's what we're going to stick with right now. It's going to be 50%. You can write off your meal up to 50% of whatever that meal is. All right, when you're doing something dealing with business. So if you have a business meeting, all right, it doesn't matter whether or not you're at Wendy's, McDonald's, if you're sitting down at Applebee's, if you're going to Papa Do's, or if you're going to Red Lobster, or whatever restaurant you want to sit down at, it doesn't matter. If you're going somewhere and you're sitting down to eat and you're dealing with and you're talking business, or you talk business prior to getting there, all these different things count as a business write-off. Now, what I want to do now is I want to get right into the numbers so I can show you exactly how this works. All right, so now we already saw over here with your bills, not having a home-based business. All right, you're paying $1,000. Then you're spending money on your gas and your mileage. So we haven't even gotten into that. Also, your phone bill, you're paying that straight out your pocket. You have nothing to show for it. Internet and your meals, same thing. You're paying for these things throughout every single day and throughout the month, and then every single year, nothing to show for it. So now let's go into the mortgage or the rent. Like I said, let's do the numbers. $1,000 times, like we said, it's going to be 15% is what you'll be able to write off and get back. That's $150. That's just for $1,000. So let's multiply that times 12 because you're paying your mortgage every single month. All right. So now, once again, I said we lowballed it. So $1,000 times 15% times 12 months is $1,800. All right, that's $1,800. Understand, this is the money that you're getting back. But over here, you weren't getting anything back at all. All right, so $1,800 is what you're getting back. Now, let's go to mileage. All right, we already said 10,000 miles times 0.54. Because remember, it's 54 cents per mile that the government is going to give back to you for owning a business. All right, so 10,000 miles times 54 cents. That, please make sure you're doing this along with me. All right, that is $5,400. And I know you're saying on some of these, hey, you don't even need a calculator. I'm making sure I'm using the calculator so you can see I'm putting in the numbers, and I hopefully you're doing the same. So over here, that's $5,400. You were driving every day to work anyway, all right, and you weren't getting anything back for driving those all those miles, all right, and that's a low number. 10,000 miles on a vehicle during a year is a very low number. Now let's move on to your phone. We already said that your phone was $100. We're going to write off 85% because the majority of people do everything on their phone. And when you become a business owner, you will be doing the majority of your things, of everything you do on the phone. All right. So $100 times, let's do this, $100 times 12. All right. Because it's 12 months that you're paying $100. That's $1,200 times 0.85. All right. That's $1,020. All right, a little sloppy, but I know exactly what it is. That's $1,020 that you will get back for your phone. All right, let's go ahead and move over into the internet. Internet, we said that's going to be, we did it very low. Internet, $70 times 12 for 12 months. All right, times 0.85. That's $714. $714. Let's go into meals. We did it very low. We did $75, right? Times 12 months times 50% or times 0.50. That's $450. All right. Now, like I said, our company is all about teaching people. We're all about teaching people strategies, explaining to people how business works, why it's beneficial, why you need it. If you're talking about, becoming better, becoming prosperous, becoming wealthy, and all these different things, this is why you need 1099. This is why you need a business. All right. These are only a few things that we pay for throughout the month. Only a few things. Now, real quick, we'll go ahead and add it up. You probably beat me to it. All right. We already said we're getting back for mortgage, what? $1,800. For the mileage on your vehicle, we already said you're going to get $5,400 back. All right. Then we said for your phone, you're going to get $1,020 back. For your internet, $714 back. And for your meals, $450 back. Now, I keep going into it because I need people to understand this, because I've had several people say, and this morning, but I've had people throughout the week and throughout the last, few weeks, people, as they've seen my videos and seen some of the things I posted, people have been asking, why are you talking about money so much? Why are you doing that? Why don't you talk about this? Or, this right here, if we start talking about wanting change in our family, we want to see some things differently. We want to be able to do some things. I don't know anything else that people need to know outside of this. All right. Most of the time we're on, if we're on a social media site or anything like that, we're talking about things that are not beneficial. I want to show people how you can benefit, how you can improve your life. I know that it works. I'm using it and it works for me. And I'm able to do some different things that I never was able to do. All right. So, and I want to make sure that it's not just me, it's not just me that's, starting to become successful or prosperous. I want it to be everyone that I come in contact with. So I had already said that if I'm able to learn some things that I can show people, I'm going to show everyone that's willing to listen, that's willing to look and stop and take a look and see exactly how this stuff works so their lives can change. All right. So we've already added these things up. Now, you were going to pay your mortgage or your rent anyway. You were going to spend that $1,000 anyway. You on your vehicle, you were going to drive that 10,000 miles back and forth to work anyway. You were going to pay. You were going to pay that cell phone bill every month faithfully, so you wouldn't be cut off from the world. All right. The internet, you weren't going to let that drop out. And your meals, you're going to eat. That's one thing that I know that you're going to do, and that's eat. With those things, that's over $9,000 now. With you having this as an expense, as opposed to it being a bill, with you having a home business, you're bringing in just from these 5 things, and there's so many more that you can apply, so many different strategies that you can apply. But that's $9,384. All right, $9,384. All right, $9,384 that you're bringing into your household every single year. All right, and then the good thing about it is with business. Now that's on the back end. We teach people tax planning, different tax strategies. All right, so now instead of you having to wait until the end of the year to get this $9,000 back, all right, you can get it in your paycheck as you go through every single month or every single pay period while you're on your job, because now you're projecting what you're going to do for business. And this is what business people do. These are the things that wealthy people do. All right, they do this right here plus some more. All right, because this is the very tip of the iceberg. There's so much more that you can do. All right, they do this, and then they also scale back and say, okay, how can I make sure I get that money in my pocket now? That's the tax planning side. All right, that's the tax planning, so you can get that money now, so you can pay down your debt as the year goes on. Not spend it, not waste it, not spend it on, well, I want to buy these shoes, because that's what we do. I not buy these clothes, not so I can turn up at the club or whatever it is. You start doing this, and your life will start to change drastically. You'll start to see this and say, oh, shoot, man, I'm not going to spend my money on that, or I'm not going to go there, or I'm not going to buy a new car now because I really don't need it. This car is working. I want to put my money into something that's going to make me more money. All right. So this is very important. So now, just like I shared on the video previously, all right, for you establishing a business, and what we do is we teach people, but for you working with our company, we show you exactly how these things work. We show you exactly how to do the paperwork, how to keep up with your record keeping, how to keep up with your bookkeeping and things like that to make sure your business doesn't go under. All right. We have software to do that. We have software to show you exactly where your money is going. We have software also that shows you where you'll be if you keep this up along with the other strategies. It shows you where you'll be in the next year. It'll show you where you'll be in the next 5 years. It'll tell you your date for retirement. And when we talk about retirement, I'm not talking about you retire and then you go out and get another job because you have to work some more, because the retirement check that you're getting really is not retired you. All right. That money is cut in half of your base pay. All right. So even for my military people out there, understand, I've got sergeant majors, CW4s, and CW5 colonels that have started using these strategies. All right, because they've already seen for themselves that once they get off, come off of active duty, that money is no longer there. It's no longer, where they're getting all this money. It's half of their base pay. And the thing that you'll understand is even those colonels and even those high-ranking officials are living paycheck to paycheck as well, because not everyone is taught, and even if you're taught, not everyone is using what they've been taught as far as just saving money. And understand this as well. Just saving money is not going to get you to a place where you'll be wealthy. Your 401k is not going to save you. All right. That 401k is only going to last for so many years once you stop working. If you see that your parents are still working and everybody else that's around you is still working, and everybody else has these good jobs, but they're still out working for another company, or they retire and start working for another company, there's a reason why. The reason why is because they weren't really prepared. Not that they didn't try to get prepared, because I know a lot of people that tell me about their 401k, a lot of people that tell me about their financial advisors, and some of you already know how I feel about that. Not that I down financial advisors, but the majority of the financial advisors are not getting you to where you need to be. All right. If they can't tell you that if you're not starting from a certain goal, and you got a financial advisor and they haven't started you at a goal, or you haven't determined the goal as far as I want this amount of money by this year, or this, or what, then they're doing you a disservice, and you're spending money that you don't have to. All right. Even when it comes to investing, if you're putting your money into different things, instead we teach you how to invest wholesale instead of retail. All right. So if you want to know why the banks, or even some of the other lending institutions or financial institutions can get you that 3 or 4 or 5%, is because they're making upwards of 20%. All right. And you're getting the low end of the stick. You can start investing on your own. You can be educated on how these things work. It's nothing that's very difficult, but once you understand it, you start out with something small and you start growing from there. But that's for some videos later on. That's from some education later on. So all these things that we're into, we're not just doing it, dabbling in it. These are things that we're being taught so that we can go out and teach our community, because we want the people around us, we want their lives to be better. So the last video that I did, video number 8, part 1, I already said, if you want to go back and check it out, do that. For those of you that are watching through YouTube, all right, subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll see more information on some things that we have going on as well. But on here, establishing a business with us training you and teaching you, and it's ongoing, is $34.95. All right, it's $34.95 per month. Nothing expensive. All right, nothing expensive at all. The good thing about it is these different strategies and some other things that we haven't gotten into yet. These are things that you can start implementing day one. Also, the thing about the $34.95 is this is upkeep of your website. So you're saying, oh, you must be into this thing, and no, forget what you think is going on. There's nobody else out here that's teaching you these things. There's nobody, I haven't seen anybody that's actually out here that's willing to teach the community these things. All right, I've been introduced to some professionals that showed me these different things and are showing me and teaching me these things so that I can implement it and I can go out into the community and show other people. So before you say, oh, well, he's doing this, just like I've had a couple people, I've seen the information. Information is great. Information is true. I can back it up by the IRS tax laws as well to show you that there's nothing that I'm doing that's fraudulent. Everything that I do is going to be legally, ethically, and morally right. And I can show you exactly where it comes from. But people get hung up on, oh, so are you going to get the $34.95? No. $34.95 is for you to be able to keep your website, the upkeep of your website, to be able to use the software and the strategies that we're teaching. All right. When you talk about the bookkeeping, we have the product that's available that's called a cash flow manager that actually keeps up with everything dealing with your not your bills. We're moving from bills to expenses as being business owners. So it keeps up with your expenses. It shows the income and the outflow of your money, so that at the end of the year, all you have to do when you go somewhere, it tracks your mileage. If you're doing anything for business, all you have to do is turn it on. So it captures your mileage where you are, and then when you get to where you're going and when you get back, it captures those mileage. That mileage. If you're eating somewhere, or if you have to buy something for business, it captures your receipts right there. So no longer do you have to now wait till you get home. Then I got to put these things and I got to, put it into my fax machine and upload it into something. No, you can do it on the spot, because the thing is, a majority of us, when we talk about we're going to do something when we get home, we don't do it. All right. Do everything on the spot. That way, all of your information, your bookkeeping is up to date. So that's something that's provided. One of the best things to understand about you paying money or paying the $34.95 is that it's 100% tax deductible. So you paying that $34.95 allows you to, at the very minimum, get bring in over $9,000, and that's very low. And that's not all the strategies. That's not all the things that you pay. That's not everything that we can show you. $34.95 a month is tax deductible 100%. So that means that same $34.95 that you're paying a month, at the end of the year, that same $34.95 times 12 comes back into your pocket. So now you worried about, well, who's getting this? Who's, how does it? That's not important. The important thing is we're showing you how to change your lifestyle, how to change what's going on in your finances so that you can start implementing it. So with that being said, people, I'm not going to draw this out any longer. I just wanted to show you exactly how it works with the numbers. All right, with the number. So if you have any questions or any comments, feel free to DM me, contact me. My number is 254-300-8108. Again, that number is 254-300-8108. If you have another number for me, use that number, because some people have my personal cell phone number as well outside of my business phone number. Other than that, you can send me a message on any one of the social media sites, and I will get back in contact with you with any questions or any additional information that you might need for me to answer for you. That being said, I appreciate you guys for getting on and taking some time out of your busy day to watch what I had to present. Please implement these now. When you say, oh man, that's some good information, man, I need to start doing that. I need to find out what I need to do in business. Like I said, if you don't know what you want to do in business, talk to me, because I deal with people all the time that don't know what they want to do, or they have a hobby. I can show you how to make your hobby, turn that hobby into something, into a vehicle for you to bring in income from that particular thing. So with that being said, again, I appreciate you watching. It's been Brandon Brown, aka your boy Bam, as everybody calls me. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Peace.